warm day today. It's 8:30 in the morning and it's already 55 degrees. Crazy. This could be a very short morning coffee. Good morning. Thank you for joining me for coffee. It's Barbara. Our Michelle, my tree lady who does our yard work and stuff, her guys are here to clear the gutters and power wash the house. They just arrived. I thought I maybe would slide in before they got here. So the dogs are going to go crazy. They're going to start in the front. So maybe the girls will stay outside in the backyard. I just told them to let me know when they want to get in the backyard and I'll bring the dogs in. But, so we'll see how that works out. How are you? So I had one of my days yesterday where I just couldn't settle and I couldn't concentrate and I didn't want to do anything. I did start my I-cord bind off. I keep getting the wrong bag. Here's the right bag. I did start my I-cord bind off on my Mobius cowl. I like the I-cord. I've only done one maybe before. I like it for its reversibility, and that's one of the big thing about this shawl. This thing is a reversible, but it is not very stretchy, and I hope I end up liking it because man, it is gonna be a slog. So I started it and then I don't know, I wasn't sure. What do you think? Anyway, so I stopped it. Oh, look at this mess. After I had to rewind my yarn, I literally got out of my chair for 2 minutes to go get myself something to drink. And when I came back, my yarn was all the way around. Maisie was laying on the bed. I yelled at her. She got up and ran away and had the yarn around her leg, and she ran all the way around the house to Dennis's office where he could cuddle her and protect her from me. And I'm yelling the whole way, stop, stop, which of course is not one of her commands. So that took some of the fun out of it too, because then I mean, it was 45 minutes to untangle that and rewind it back up again. And it's the very end of my ball. I don't even know if it's going to be enough for the, I don't know if it's going to be enough for the bind off because it's 600 stitches to bind off. I might have to break into that other skein of yarn. So that's a drag. Today's agenda is packaging up the yarn for the prize package, picking the prize for February, which I haven't done yet, and putting together Juanita's box and going to the post office. I did fiddle with those cards a little bit. I still don't love them, but here, I'll show you, or Juanita will be mad at me. Loose flowers from my imagination, and they didn't come out very good. I don't know, but they did them on cards, so I have cards. I think this is the one I'm going to send my sister. I like that one the best, but I did not feel like it was a particularly successful experiment. But when I couldn't figure out what the heck to do with myself, I thought I'll go to bed and, well, I'll find my how to draw book, but I couldn't find my how to draw book. Maybe I don't even have a how to draw book. I'll have to keep looking for it. And a sketchbook, a big sketch pad, and I took it to bed. But I didn't find the drawing lesson book, so I just took an urban sketch book and looked at people's drawings and things, and then I just sat there and I just sketched what I could see in front of me, which was my dresser, which was my hangy thing that has all my scarves and cowls on it, and you know, my humidifier on my dresser. You know, just took a sketch of that. But I just sat there and sketched for a little while, and then I went to bed. And that felt good. So I think I'm going to just try to sketch around my house a little bit more. It's warm today, but it is raining. I mean, I went out in my slippers because I had to encourage the dogs to pee because I knew these guys were coming any minute now. And once they work in the backyard, the dogs can't go out. So I wanted to make sure that they did their business. And I went out in my slippers and the deck was wet, and so now my bottoms of my feet are a little damp. But since it's 55, it doesn't seem to matter that much. So anyway, yeah, yesterday just, yeah, I was on my phone almost all day, which is never good. But, you know, things are happening in the world, and I was paying attention. Oh, my Christmas cactus only has one tiny shriveled flower left. But it's done pretty well. Ooh, my decorations only have another week or two before it's time for them to go. And then you won't even recognize my house. I won't even recognize my house. It's been driving me crazy. I can't find my cocktail book, my Harry Craddock cocktail book, the Savoy cocktail book, Savoy Hotel cocktail book. I can't find it anywhere. And I'm thinking, well, Dennis is like, well, get another one. I think you took it somewhere. I mean, I can't remember where I would have taken it and not brought it home. But, I said, well, I'm not replacing it. This is what we do. We look for 3 days, we get frustrated, we buy another one, and then we find it. So I'm not replacing it till I take down my Christmas decorations and reorganize the living room again and bring the things from the dining room. I mean, I've been through the things in the dining room 15 times, but they're not that organized in there, so I thought I will see where I am once my house is back in its other order, which it hasn't been for quite some time. I don't think I ever really brought the stuff back out last year, so the dining room is full of stuff. Yeah, this is what I was worried about. But at least Pearl went outside to see why Maisie's barking instead of just standing in here and barking in unison. I don't know if you've noticed as I've taken pictures of the snow and things and got a little bit of the side of the house how green it is, but it was supposed to be power washed last year in the summer or the fall and never happened. So middle of the winter is really, of course, the perfect time. But it's warm enough, so what the heck. But the gutters get clogged, and so we wanted the gutters done again. So she's running out of work, I guess. We do have some ash trees to come down. There are 4 trees to be taken down, and the stumps ground. That's going to be a pretty penny, I can tell you. But they're dying or dead. Some of them are dead. Others are dying. And it's a shame. Emerald ash borer. I told you this, my neighbors have a long driveway. The driveway goes up and long around, and there must be 15 dead ash trees along that driveway. It's a shame. Anyway, and I don't know, what are the baseball bat makers going to do, because Pennsylvania ash was where they got what was traditionally baseballs were made out of, so I don't even know what happens then. I don't know. So my plans for today are to get my mail out by the end of the day. I think that's my only main goal. I will write one of these cards for my sister for her birthday, and I will package up Tammy's January gift. I will figure out what I'm sending to Juanita and package up her box, and I'm going to figure out what the February prize is. So now that it's like, you know, the 23rd, yeah, yesterday was 2/2/22, 2/22/22, 2/2/22. So today's the 23rd. So I'll show it to you tomorrow, and you'll have less than a week. But anyway, I hope you're putting your things into the Ode to Joy thread, because I will be picking the prize at the beginning of March for my beginning of March podcast. I have a few finished objects, so I will be doing a podcast, and if I do it more regularly, it won't become such a, you know, just do it. So there you go. That's the current plan. I will be managing dogs and working on my mail, and maybe doing some painting or sketching, and maybe continuing to work on that I-cord bind off. It's going to be a very drapey cowl. Yeah. Yeah. And if I plug away a little bit at a time on that, because I can do that and watch TV, then it'll be finished for the podcast at the beginning of March. It shouldn't take me a week to do that bind off, really. Should it? I wasn't in the mood, and I wasn't positive about that bind off because it's not stretchy. I don't know how I feel about it. I like the look of it, but I don't know that I'm gonna like the look of the cowl between two not stretchy bind offs. You know, with a not stretchy bind off on both sides of the width. I have to think about it more. What are you saying, Pearl? Your feet are so muddy. It's going to be horrible in here because it's very muddy outside. Excuse me, and they're running around back and forth and in and out. I could close the door and make them stay in, but number one, I wanted to talk to you and not have them barking their full heads off in here. But number two, they're going to have to be in the house when they do the back of the house, and that's probably long enough. So, there you go. Managing dogs is what I'm going to be doing today. Basically. That's my plan. And anything else is gravy. I don't know how long they'll take. Hopefully not all day, because they're blocking the driveway and I'm going to need to go to the post office before 4:30. I don't know when the post office closes. Hopefully I'll manage that. All right. Ramble. I will say goodbye. Just think of me in the mud over here because it's gonna be so muddy. Oh my gosh. But it's warm. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. That's my mantra. It'll be fine. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please. Stay safe and stay sane.